Check 1, 2. Yeah.
rose and silver light, but I still feel her in my veins. A ghost inside my atmosphere, calling me back again and again. She pulled me out of gravity. I felt my body leave the ground. No way to fight the energy. I'm lost and I don't wanna come down. Down, down. I fell in love with an alien. She took me past the stars tonight. Out of this world, no saving me. I'm caught in her electric light. I fell in love with an alien. No turning back, I'm hypnotized. She's in my blood, she's under my skin. A cosmic love I can't deny. Fell in love with an alien. Heroes of rock, then gang sham. Heroes of rock, heroes of rock. Hey, heroes of rock, heroes of rock. Let's go. ground starts to tear. We are the heroes of rock. Hands up high, never drop. Singing loud till the walls all crack. We are the heroes of rock. From the front to the back. If you fall, we will carry you back. We are the heroes of rock. Throw your scars in the sky. Let 'em shine. Let 'em shine. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Every ocean, every lost soul, you're on the front line. This is our last stand till the next show begins. We're forever, forever, while the noise never ends. We are the heroes of rock. Hands up high, never drop. Singing loud till the walls all crack. We are the heroes of rock. From the front to the back. If you fall, we will carry you back. We are the heroes of rock. Heroes of rock. Heroes of rock. Hey, heroes of rock. Heroes of rock.
Andrew Wilson is playing a very
There we go. Sorry about that. Y'all, I have a habit of doing this, and I just remembered. So let me start over. I am continuing my series This is part 2 for the Time Machine series called 1992. The richest poor man I ever knew was me. And I tell you, I had such a great time down in Huntington Beach. I lived there during the spring and the summer. And this was the very tail end of the hair metal scene and the Sunset Strip, and there were all kinds of places to go to, like the Orange Red Onion and the Marquee, hanging out with my roommates and just having a great time writing music and getting ready to head up to head up to Hollywood and start kind of looking for a place to live. And I actually did find a place to live up there. Let me just kind of switch over here. All right, so you can see that this is called Casa El Cerrito. It's 1755 El Cerrito Place. Hope I'm not doxing anybody there. Sorry about that, but this is where I used to live. And I actually used to live, there were 2 places I lived. One apartment was I believe it was on the interior of the apartment complex. And then I moved into another apartment. Let me see if I can get around the corner here. See if this will work with me here. If I go over here, yeah, there we go. So I believe this was my apartment right here. This is my bedroom, and it had a wraparound balcony, and it had I believe it might have had a sliding glass door over here, but I don't remember, but it definitely had one here. You know, loved going out here and smoking cigarettes and hanging out and stuff like that. If you want to see where El Cerrito Place is, let's go into, well, trying to figure out how to do this. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's find El Cerrito Place. There it is right there. All right. So this is the apartment complex right here. And up on the I believe that was it. Nope, sorry. This was my apartment complex right here. And there was a hot tub right up here. It was really cool because on a clear night, you could actually look down into Hollywood and you know, as far west as you could possibly see. It was really cool. If you go further up here, and I think down the street, if I can find it, let's just zoom out. Yeah, right here, Runyon Canyon, right here. We used to walk up here, and we would go, you know, we walk all the way up. You see right here, it goes way up. It goes really far up, and then you could cross over and come back down or whatever. And I do believe this used to be Errol Flynn's old estate, if I'm not mistaken. So that's where I used to live, and you know, Hollywood was great. You know, if you remember, I was enrolled in Guitar Institute of Technology, GIT, part of Musicians Institute of Technology. And of course, they had all the different, you know, singing school, bass school, keyboard school, drum school, guitar school, and so on. And man, it was just such a really, really cool time. You go to school from like 8 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and you basically clocked in. You had a school card, and there was a time clock, and you had to go in and punch in with that card. You had to have so many hours to graduate. So, you know, typical day was, you know, going to all kinds of different classes like music theory, like ear training. You could go to like blues classes, funk classes. Like I went to funk classes with Ross Bolton, did some blues classes with Keith Wyatt, and just had just a super cool time. And then on Fridays, they had a really cool class that I think it started at like 1:00 in the afternoon, and it was down in on the main floor, and there was a stage, and you did a live workshop where you basically work all week long and find different musicians, and then rehearse all week long in different classrooms or whatever. They had small PAs and amplifiers and things of that nature in there, and they would and so you'd basically just learn the song, determine who's going to sing, who's going to play guitar, et cetera, et cetera. And I did it many times, but one memorable time was actually, let me see if I can find it for you.
That's it. Which
one of them was this song. Let me see. Well, come on. There we go. All right. One of them was this song right here. Why is it not playing? Okay, hang on. Do this again. It was Inner Sandman, and yours truly played the part of James Hetfield, and I had a 7-string Ibanez UV777, and I also sang as well. And man, I remember how hoarse I was, and then afterwards I couldn't talk for a few days after that. Because I screamed the whole time. Yeah, we don't want to play too much and get a hit on that. So I showed you where I lived, El Cerrito Place. It was a very, very cool place. It was right off of Hollywood Boulevard. Let's go back down here. Let's find El Cerrito Place again. I think it was over this way. There's Sunset, so we went too far. Franklin. Come on, where are you? There's Hollywood Boulevard. Y'all sorry for that. Vine Street. It's back too far. Los Palmas. Highland Avenue. Orange. Yeah, my buddy Scott's from Kentucky. Got a really cool story in just a second. Scott lived... it's one of these apartments right here off of Orange. And I used to, so here was, where's my building? Here's El Cerrito. Okay, here's, I believe this was my building right here. Yeah. So this is my building right here. And I believe, okay, so there is a house. I don't know if it's still there though, y'all. I believe there was a house right here. That's an apartment though. This has changed, y'all. I'm sorry. This is right across the street from me. Oh wait, here it is, right here. You see where I'm pointing right here? So this house right here, there was a buddy of mine named Kevin that used to live in there, and we used to go to a park over by the Hollywood, the Hollywood sign. It's just like down below the Hollywood sign, and we play hacky sack. The first time I'd ever played hacky sack in my life. So, I used to go over and walk over and hang out with him. My buddy Scott, I believe Scott lived in these apartments right here, the Westbury. off of Sycamore. And then of course you can see. Let's go back down to Hollywood Boulevard, and right here is the Chinese Theater. So we weren't very far from the Chinese Theater at all. That's very cool right there. And so what I would do from El Cerrito Place right here, which is my apartment complex was right here. So I would walk down El Cerrito Place, and then I walk across the street on Hollywood Boulevard and walk all the way down Hollywood Boulevard, and about right, where is it? It was about a mile. Yeah, right here. So this is Musicians Institute right here. And let me see if I can do a street view. Yeah, so where am I now? It's too far up. Oh, it's still on El Cerrito Place. All right, let me do a quick search right quick. Let's do this. Okay, here we'll do this. So there's Franklin. Let's come back to Hollywood Boulevard. Sorry about that, y'all. Where are you? Hollywood. There we go. Hollywood. And then here's McFadden right here. So I would walk all the way down Hollywood Boulevard. I would literally walk right through here, and there was a restaurant right in here. And I worked for this lady. She was French. She wasn't very nice, but she also had a shop that was actually inside the school. And let me see if I can do a street view here. It still wants to be on. Okay, let's do this. Let's do a search for Musicians Institute. There we go. All right, now it's okay right here. And I should be able to do a, yeah, here we go. All right, here's Musicians Institute. Used to walk in this door every day. And this building right here was the Scientology building. I don't know if it still is or not. And we could go up here, not that far. Let me see, where are we? Okay, there's McCadden Place. Yeah, so this was the Scientology building right here. And then I think this is all a part of MI now, right here. I'd literally walk in right in here, and there was a restaurant. I think that restaurant was like right there. Well, right there. I'm not really sure what all of this is now, but it's new. It wasn't there when it wasn't like this. It wasn't MI when I went to. Oh, it's still Scientology. There you go. So. Yeah, this is, the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You got a lot of Hollywood stars are down here and everything. And then, you go further down up here. There used to be a Fredericks of Hollywood, and I'll tell you a story about that a little bit later. Yeah, man. So this was my daily life. It was just kind of hanging out on Hollywood Boulevard, and let's see, let's go to, when I was guitar teching for my roommate Mark's band Junior, this is where, this is right here is where we would, where they played at all the time. Let me see, where, right there, okay. All right, let's go street view. Yep, there you go. So there's the Whisky A Go-Go right there. Down somewhere in this area, I think is where Gazzari's used to be. I don't think Gazzari's is open anymore. And then of course the Rainbow, we can find the Rainbow as well. Rainbow was really cool. I got some really cool stories about the Rainbow. Rainbow Bar and Grill right there. And there we go. There's the Rainbow right there. And there is a I believe there was like an upper room, if I remember correctly. I don't know if I could go in there or not. It might have been more back here. But I'm honestly not sure. It's been so long. But it's actually actually met Lemmy twice. He was down in the main bar down here and sitting at the bar, and then I hung out one night with some friends of mine, and some former members of London were there, and I had escargot for the first time. If you don't know what that is, that's basically fried snails, fried in butter, and they were actually pretty good. So, yeah, hung out. I remember like red carpet everywhere. It was just red inside there. The old booths are still there. And then there was a club up on an upper floor that you could go dancing at. And I met this girl there. Her name was Jennifer, and she looked like an angel. She had long brown curly hair, and she was wearing a white, very frilly, I don't know what you call it, very lacy kind of a dress. And she had some high heel pumps on. She was gorgeous. And I unfortunately lost contact with her out there, and she was just such a sweetheart. I remember she had a disabled mother. We went to go stay in Santa Barbara one time. I think that was the only time I'd ever been to Santa Barbara. It was beautiful there. But yeah, so did all kinds of things in Hollywood. Hung out the Rainbow. By the way, that night that I was eating escargot and hanging out with the guys in the former guys, the guys that were in the former band London, I met Duff McKagan from Guns N' Roses. Very nice guy. It was nothing. We didn't have a conversation or anything like that. I just happened to be eating or something. I looked up and there he was, and he smiled, and I just got up and went and shook his hand and just said I was nice to meet him and everything. And that was really about it. We didn't really talk or anything like that. Seemed like a really nice guy. And yeah, so that was really cool. There were, I don't know. I honestly do not remember where they were, but they were also like cross-dressing cabaret shows that were kind of in this area as well. But I just don't remember where they were. I spent most of my time during the week at El Cerrito Place, and going to school at Musicians Institute. And then on the weekends at Friday at 5 o'clock when school got out, I'd have my clothes packed and I'd head back down to Huntington Beach a lot. And I was during that summer. Well, school was really cool. Of course, it's just going to school every day. But here I was going to get to telling you about New Year's. So my buddy Scott from Connecticut, who lived just the street over from me, he and I were going out New Year's Eve with one of his roommates, and lo and behold, let me pull up something right here. Let me just pull up something really cool. Let's see if I can get like an image. There we go. This is, I hate it when they do that. Okay, I'll just do this. Let's see if I can find a I'll apologize. I figured I would. I'm just trying to find a picture that's big enough. Unfortunately, give me an HD. I don't want to use somebody's copyrighted picture. Come on. I can't believe there's not a picture on the freaking web. And they're all like dinky pictures too, that I'm trying to find. I mean, this is really cool. Well, I just pulled something up. I apologize. It's not going to be like the biggest picture in the world. Okay. No. All right. Let me, okay. All right. So, as you can see, I'm on YouTube. I'm on, looking at pictures. So this is Chris Fasola of Steelheart. Apparently he was dating my friend, Scott's roommate, and we ended up spending New Year's Eve, all of us hanging out together and going out and all over, Hollywood or whatever the case may be, and rang in the new year. And that was really cool. He's like really one of the first rock stars I met outside of school. I mean, I met people like, well, of course, I met this guy right here. Let me see. Let's find it. Let's find a picture of him when he had the long hair and everything. He probably looked like more like this when I met him at school. He and Russ Parrish had a band called Electric Fence, that they were, and they played at the school on some nights. Of course, Russ Parrish. You probably may know him now as Satchel. Where is he? This is probably more what he looked like when he was in school. He was teaching in school. Kind of looked more like this. Of course, he looks more like this now. And underneath that wig, he looks more like this. And he was a cool dude, man. He had just got picked up by Rob Halford in Fight. Many of you might remember that. So I met some really cool people, man. Ross Bolton was an incredible funk guitar player. Keith Wyatt, great blues guitar player. Let me see. I had a teacher that went on and recorded an album on the it was a R&B label out of Detroit, and for the life of me, I cannot remember his name now. The guy was kind of like a George Benson style guitar player. He was just phenomenal. So anyway, that was kind of my day in and day out of school, y'all. And then, there were some things. Well, let me just go this. So, going through the spring of '92, and then into summer of '92, I'd actually met a girl, when I was going down to you know, I feel bad about this because I want to be truthful. So I'd been kind of sort of dating this a girl from Sweden that was a singer. Her name was Ricky, and I've actually tried to find her, you know, through the years. But I mean, there's only 8 billion people in the world now, and she was cute and everything. But unfortunately, I had met another girl, and when I went down to Huntington Beach, she was the sister of the guitar player, whom I was guitar teching for. It was the sister of his girlfriend, and they lived together in an apartment. And she had come down from Wisconsin and was hanging out for the summer, I guess. And so we started going out, and it came time for me to come home during the summertime and audition for my buddy Scott Bond's band, Ruff Justice. And at the time, I was taking vocal lessons, and I've always been able to sing backing vocals, but I'm a baritone, and I don't have high range like guys that, you know, that can belt out like that, and I just don't have it. And so anyway, I came home and did the audition. I didn't do well in the singing part of it, but I did really well in the guitar parts, and they really liked me. And Scott, you know, Scott was my buddy. Scott's actually my oldest friend. I've known Scott since probably early 1991, right before I went to MI. And so anyway, I came home for the audition, and I left my car to a buddy of mine that lived in the apartment complex that I lived in Huntington Beach, and not one of my roommates, but another guy that lived in the apartment complex that I was really good friends with. And while I was gone, there was an earthquake, and he and the girl that I was dating kind of hooked up and everything behind my back. And I came back and found all this stuff. Well, actually, I found out while I was at home, and I was irate because he had my car. He was driving my car all around. He lived outside of Los Angeles, out in the high desert, in Redlands, and he had drove my car out there with her. And I'm going like, what friend does that to a friend? You know, that's not a friend. And of course, listen, I forgave him. I'm not gonna say his name or anything like that. But frankly, anyway, I have not spoken to him since. And I did reach out to him one time on Facebook, I think, but we never did have a conversation or anything like that. From what I understand, he and this girl ended up getting married and having kids and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, more power to him. I'm happy for him. And so after the audition was over and my time back here in Dallas, I had to go back to school so I could graduate. And now, if you remember in part one, I told you about the police roughing up Rodney King. And then, of course, there was a trial. The trial ended, and all four of the police officers, if I remember correctly, were acquitted, and all of Los Angeles, all hell broke loose. I mean, we were scared in Hollywood because the riots were coming our way. I mean, it was on fire. You could see smoke everywhere. You know, the news was, you know, pretty scary. I'm gonna see if I can find any pictures of the LA riot. Let's see image. Okay, let's just look at images of the riot. All right, so I'm gonna turn my put myself in here too. There we go. Okay, look, so I'm just going to look at all kinds of different pictures. I mean, you know, this is honestly what it looked like, man. There was fire and people and, you know, people getting arrested. You know, they businesses being ransacked. And there was a man, I believe his name was Reginald Denny, who was actually pulled out of his truck and beaten severely, and he almost died. But they got as far as burning down the Fredericks of Hollywood, and that, which was, I don't know how far that was, a mile or two down Hollywood Boulevard from where I lived. And I mean, we just had like baseball bats, shovels, hose, and, you know, anything that we could find that we could use as a weapon. We used them because all of us had our like life savings in our guitar equipment and drums and things of that nature. We damn sure weren't going to let anybody come down there and, you know, take care, you know, destroy our stuff. So, I tell you, I was scared to death. And I want to go back to Google Maps, and I want to show you about El Cerrito Place. All right, there we go. All right, here we are. All right, I think I am down here, closer to Hollywood Boulevard. I think it was, yeah, right here. All right, so the last apartment I had was like this area right here. But there was there was a garage, and you had a clicker, and it opened up this garage door. Well, let me tell you, my car got broken into so many times. I had new stereos that stolen out of my car, and everything. So, I think I got a CD player in the car right before I left to come back to Dallas at graduation. And it was one of those ones where you could actually take it out of the car. So it wasn't going to do any good for them to steal the guts of it if they didn't have the actual module that you plugged into it and it would play. So that was really cool that they had those things. But yeah, man, because of the riot, I went and I talked to some of the, I guess, a counselor there at school, and I asked if I could, did I have enough hours and grades to go ahead and graduate and leave school and go home, because I was anxious to go home and join Ruff Justice, and I wanted to get the hell out of Dodge. I wanted out of LA, man. I was, you know, there was just, there was a lot of great things that happened in the, you know, the year and a half, almost a year and a half that I was there. But there was a lot of bad things that happened too. And so I just decided it was time to come home. And I joined, I joined a band called, Ruff Justice with my buddy Scott. I'm going to see if I can find any memorabilia about Ruff Justice. Let me see. Now here, this one right here, this is actually a song that we recorded in 2015 or 16, I think. This was actually my second stint in the band. Let me see. Yeah, we'll just go to the Facebook page. Go ahead and close that. This is basically what our stage looked like in 2015. It was obviously different back in 1992 when I joined Ruff Justice. Of course, this is Scott. This is Pino. This is Bobby, and our bass player right here. It's crazy. I'm just having a senior moment. Rob, thank you. Rob was a cool dude. I was probably somewhere over here. Let me see what all Scott's got on here. Yeah, y'all. Let me tell you something. I'm so thankful because I had to, obviously start all over again on my Facebook page, and I've already talked about that and everything, but I started a new Facebook page, and a week ago, 9 days ago, had 145 subscribers. And today, let's go see where the total is right now. Let's just refresh because it's been going up. Yeah, so today, it's already at 142. And of course, I bet you I have new ones right here. Look at this. Listen, here we go. Look at this. I've got new subscribers right here. Let's go ahead and confirm them. And y'all, this is a landing page, as well as my Instagram page, for coming here to YouTube. Yeah, so I'm just thrilled to death. This channel is, finally taken off and gaining some traction, and we're still working on, getting followers and things of that nature for my YouTube channel. Let's see if Scott's got any pictures of here of Ruff Justice with me in it. Well, yep. That's me right there in 2015, I think. Yeah, 2016. This was down by Reno's, down in Deep Ellum. And golly, it brings back a lot of memories, y'all. I don't know if Scott's got any pictures of us back in the day, but I do have I'm hoping he does. Let's just go back, way back. Because I was 30-something years ago. I don't know see if I can drag it down further. This was at Rocklahoma right here. This is me at Rocklahoma. Boy, look at that double chin, y'all. That's terrible. It's so terrible. This is a really cool pic right here of me. That's 2015. I don't know if Scott's going to have any pictures of back in 91 or not. And if he does, man, there's just like tons of them. Let's just go back and see how far we could go back. We recorded a couple of songs in the studio. It was really cool. Yeah, it's going to take too long to go back there because I'm still seeing shots from 2014. Oh, let's go back up a little bit. Here is where is it? I think these are pictures from the Rialto Theater in Denison. But yeah, it's going to take way too long to go back that far, so we won't worry about now. So when I did come back from California, and I joined the band, and we rehearsed for several months, we actually got a warehouse that had I believe it had a couple of offices in it and an entryway, a waiting room or whatever a secretarial room or whatever you want to call it, and then back in the warehouse, we had built a stage, had a PA system back there, had all our amps and stuff like that, And my mom did, God rest her soul, she did the coolest thing. When I came back, I didn't have an amplifier. And she took me down to it was like Arnold and Morgan music. I don't know what it is now. I think it was Arnold and Morgan music in downtown Garland back then, and she was a nurse. And so she took me down there and bought me a used JCM, I think it was a JCM 900 full stack. So it had 2 412s and a head. And then I had an effects processor for delay and reverb and things of that nature. And so anyway, it's weird how that did that. Oh, never mind. I'm looking at something else. So yeah, I can actually see where the video is right now. As far as live goes, it's a little bit of a delay, probably about 4 minutes. So we rehearsed in this studio. I had a really cool song called "I'm Coming Home" that we played, and that was one of the first songs I'd ever written, and we played that in Ruff Justice, and then I want to say it was probably like October or November, maybe end of October, early November. We where is there we go. We booked a gig, and I want to say it was like a Monday night. At many of y'all remember it was Dallas City Limits. I think it's now a strip club. It's down there off of Northwest Highway and kind of the Loop 12 I-35 area, where Loop 12 and I-35 kind of split off from each other down in that area. And then west, if you go down, I don't know, probably about a mile maybe, that stripper club used to be Dallas City Limits, and that was one of the baddest hangouts to go to. And then of course there was the basement. We played there. We opened up for, I believe, Andy Timmons one time at the basement. And then we played Savvy's when it was in Grand Prairie. There was probably a lot of other little clubs that I just don't remember the names of. But it was a lot of cool, but a really cool time. But here is, this is coming up to the close of 1992. I graduated from school. The LA riots had happened. I drove all the way back home, joined the band. We started rehearsing, and our first gig, we played this song right here.
We got another song title for you, and that's gonna be it. This one goes out to all the people who tried to run my ass over. Oh, give them hell, man!
It's Mark on the left playing guitar, Jimmy singing. There's me right there. Yeah, brown curly hair. There's Scott back there. Scott's got a bad neck. Banging too much. Yeah, that's the 7th string that I had right there. And of course, that's my Marshall amplifier. Look at the antennas on the wireless setting, because get back over. The antennas on the wireless system were like 3 feet. They're huge. Of course, Mark had that pink Fender Strat. Mark had a couple of Marshall stacks. They were JCM 800s. Mark had a lot of money to put in. Fix to play guitar solo. my very first metal band. Because I got this jacket in California. It got a skull with barbed wire. You tell my brother was the one that was recording the video because here Mark is over here playing the guitar, playing solo, and I'm over here. My brother's still filming me. Mark was a great guitar player. He was really into George Lynch. He had those really cool George Lynch runs. I need some water, y'all. I've been on here for over an hour. Of course, they had the neon sign on the Dallas skyline. That was really cool. And here comes the big finale. This is the last song of the night. I think I was like 32 there. Maybe 31. Well, let me see. I was born in 61, so... 91, I would have been 30, so 31 years old. Now watch what I do, shaking the guitar around a second. It's really cool. Total headbanger moves right here. Coming back up to the front of the stage here in a second. There we go. That jacket was so cool. Getting after it. Dive bomb to end the song. And bye, I'm out of here.
Make some noise. Yeah, give it up for Ruff Justice, man. Yeah! Solid sounding rock and roll, man. That's their first gig, I understand. I think
Yeah,
they did a
isn't that
great
cool?
job.
That was our first gig. And we just rocked the house that
Stick around, we
night.
got
It was so
Mindstorm coming up
cool.
in a little while, and after that, Cold Apple.
But yeah, man, it was just such a great time. And you know, after that, you know, we went into 93 and I left Ruff Justice probably, I want to say it was probably like the next summer of 93. And ended up joining a band called Tiger White. I doubt very seriously there's a video one out there of Tiger White. But yeah, man, that was what my 1992 year was like. And of course, if you watch the 1991 year and you kind of put it all together and everything, I hope I told you a story that kind of showed you what it was like at the very tail end of the hair metal scene and the Sunset Strip and coming home to Dallas and playing in you know, Dallas and everything. But before I go, I'm going to play another video for you after I rejoined Ruff Justice in 2014, and my buddy Bobby had to come in as a second guitar player during January of 2015 because I had torn my bicep. I don't know if you can see the scar or not, but there's an S scar right here in my elbow. And here, maybe I can shine my phone light on it and you can see it. Give me a second here. Come on. There we go. There. It's probably a little, okay, there you go. There's a good shot of it. So you can see that scar right now. I actually tore my bicep and I was lifting a TV to hang it on the wall and it just popped. And I had to have surgery in December of 2014. We had a gig on 2017. I had to talk my sergeant into letting me play the gig. He said I could as long as I didn't lift any equipment or anything like that. My bandmates had to do it, which they obviously did. But my buddy Bobby, some of you may know him as Bobby Wood, Bobby Michaelides, Bobby Michaels, guitar player extraordinaire and great friend. We played at Gas Monkey Live in 2016, couple of years probably before it closed, I think. You know, that was a great place. When I saw Striper there a couple of times. I saw Y&T there. I actually played there. We opened up for Joey C. Jones, I believe, that night. But here's the song. I wrote this song back in 2008. Hopefully, this is live. No, it's not. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna find the live video. We actually do. There is a live video. Let me see. Let's go. Ruff Justice. What was it called? Face the Dark. I wrote the guitar parts, and Pino wrote the lyrics to it. Here it is, right here. I'm over to the left of the screen. And my mom and my stepdad, Richard, were standing down here right in front of me. There's Pino coming on the stage. It's a huge stage, too. Great stage. Bobby came over to me and he said, "Man, we're killing it tonight." Very, very special moment. Yeah, Scott the drummer, he's been one of my oldest friends for, I've known him for 35 years. That's a long, long, long time. Rob Pino and Bobby, I've known them all since, 2014, 2015. So, long time. I've got other friends that that I've been friends with since like 2005 or 6. So. That guitar part was actually kind of hard to sing, hard to play and sing backing vocals because it moves around so much. But I used to get, it's kind of one of those things you just have to work it out. This was a really pivotal time for me because I'd just gone through my first divorce. I'd been separated from my first wife and kids now for over a year. The divorce was final in October of 2015, but man, we are really getting some nice guitar solo. And then me and Bobby doing dual leads. Very cool. Yeah, bring back some memories right here. Y'all, this is nostalgia. This is what I'm talking about. You go back and you see something, music or something, and it touches you, and that's what this channel is all about. It's all about live music and nostalgia, man, especially the nostalgia part. And I just absolutely love it when music touches me that way. And y'all want to, first of all, appreciate, if you're finding this video after the fact, please like and subscribe. And please do me a favor and like and subscribe and hit that notification bell and really just be a part of this community, y'all. I'm building this YouTube channel from scratch, and I'm enjoying my time with it. I'm getting better. I'm enjoying being on camera a lot more. Enjoy talking. I'm gonna be really, really happy when people start joining the live broadcast and going on and watching the videos and everything. I am getting videos being watched. There's no doubt about that. I'm going to be doing some more videos coming up, including an update on the eruption challenge. And this is my plan. I'm gonna also release what my plans are for a live video of me playing eruption in front of my family and on live YouTube. I'm hoping by the time that we do that, I get the viewership up, and so we can make a party out of it. But hey, man, I just appreciate you. If you stuck to the end of this video watching it, you've gone an hour and 15, almost an hour and 16 minutes now, and I really appreciate that. But hey, just stay tuned for more stuff. Until then, hey, this has been Joe. And I am
the digital outlaw of rock and roll.
And this, of course, is
Hero of Rock.
Until then, you guys, till next time, y'all take care.